now, Local 5 Sports with Cameron Ezeir.
Well, 3 series into the season, the Brewers have won all of them, sweeping the White Sox, taking 2 of 3 against the Rays and 3 of 4 in Kansas City. That takes us to series number 4, facing the Red Sox in a 3-game set. And after winning last night, Milwaukee a chance to make it 4 for 4 to open the year. Right guy on the mound to come away with the win. The Miz, and boy, did he have his stuff early. First frame, 1 down, 2 down. Then he gets Wilson Contreras, who had plenty of interesting things to say yesterday. He mows him down. The Miz with 10 Ks on the day, but got into trouble in the 6th. He walked 3 straight batters in a scoreless game that forced Pat Murphy's hand, brings in DL Hall, and the Sox took advantage. Trevor Story lining that one to left. It'll score a pair. Boston scored 3 in the frame. They let it 3-zip of Milwaukee. They respond in the top of the 7th. Bases juice, David Hamilton gets drilled. 1 run comes in, the next batter. Fielder's choice ground out as Yelly will beat the throw. The deficit just 1, but that's where the rally ended. Blake Perkins hits into a double play. 6-4-3. Crew fall 3-2 in that 6th inning proved to be the difference.
He just ran out of gas a little bit. His legs got heavy after the fact. We didn't realize that, but after the 5th, we could tell just started to be yank a few balls. So if he would have got out Abreu, then we could have left him in for Story. We were trying to give him every opportunity because he was pitching so well.
Well, earlier today, ESPN's Shams Charania released an article on all the dysfunction surrounding the Milwaukee Bucks. That included the details of a team meeting that head coach Doc Rivers called to start the month of March. He reportedly told the team, yes, this is real. Quote, look at my resume, Google me. I took teams to the playoffs and the championship that weren't supposed to. I thought this was one of them. Again, this is Doc Rivers to his team while they're going through all the dysfunction. Either you're with us or against us. If you're not playing hard, we're not playing you anymore. I know everything that goes on in this building. Shocking right here, Charania added that the locker room did not receive that message well. Well, since that meeting, Milwaukee is 5-14. They've mathematically been eliminated from the playoffs, but hey, still 4 games to play. Maybe rescue some sense of pride, especially for that guy, Cormac Ryan from New York City, playing against the Nets in Brooklyn in front of his parents. Special moment. Okay, first quarter, the threes were flowing for the Bucks. AJ Green had a team-high 20, and then one-legged triple. Gary Harris. They led at the end of 1, then the local kid, Ryan, reverse lay-in. How about that? Okay, to the 4th quarter now. Milwaukee down 4, 2 and change to go. Taurean Prince trying to crawl them back. Okay, the wins might not mean much, but hey, let's make it competitive. Well, that's until the offense went stale in the final moments. The Bucks, they fall to the Nets. 96-90 was your final. Well, it's the day after Michigan was crowned national champions of March Madness. That means the transfer portal is officially open. And it is very open. There's over 1,500 players in it, and honestly, the best way to describe the transfer portal, it's a free-for-all. Who can offer the most money frenzy amongst the college athletes and programs all over the country. But hey, it's shown its value. The Wolverines just won the national title. 4 of their 5 starters were transfers starting the season. So let's dive into some local portal news from today. First in Madison. Remember yesterday, John Blackwell entered the portal. Today, freshman Alexis Biliauskas has done the same, the forward from Lithuania. He made 28 starts and 35 appearances last season, including cracking the starting 5 in each of the Badgers' 23 conference games. Now, I get it. The stats don't jump off the page, averaging under 5 points and only 4.5 rebounds per game. But the 6'10 first year, he did solidify himself as a threat from distance, knocking down 37% of his 3-point shots in Big Ten play. So now that's 2 starters who have already hit the transfer portal in Madtown. Okay, closer to home now, Green Bay guard LeBron Thomas also entering the portal. Thomas transferred to the Phoenix at the start of last season after an All-American nod at the JUCO level. Found himself backing up starting point guard Preston Reedinger. The 6'3 junior averaged just 12 minutes per game off the bench, but he did score in double figures 5 times over the 32 contests he played. Thomas joins Caden Wilkins, C.J. O'Hara, and Ramel Bethea as prominent members of GB to hit the portal. So Doug Gottlieb will have to do some digging for new guys. Maybe this guy is one of them. That is a local product Brilliant state champ Jeremy Lorenz and his local 5's Kyle Malzahn reported earlier today GB has interest in bringing him back to Northeast Wisconsin. The 6'8" forward played 2 years at Wofford, then transferred to DePaul last season. He got hip surgery in January, so only played 9 games for the Blue Demons. Now he's back in the portal, 2 years of eligibility remaining, and he might be wearing GB across his chest in the near future. And after the break, Luke Sampe has a final check of your forecast.